Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my continued playthrough of Darkest Night, second edition, where, yeah, wow. I'm having probably one of the toughest games of this I think I've ever had. But here's the thing, it's not because of the characters. I thought it was going to be tough because of the characters. It's not. It's because of my absolutely horrible luck in this game, not just with dice rolls, but with the timing on cards I've drawn and things like that. It's crazy. Normally, this game is not so swingy in regards to random luck. There's a lot of ways to mitigate that, but I'm really behind in driving this story to its conclusion in a successful way. My guess is that we're not going to win, but we're going to try. We're going to keep working towards it, see if we can actually manage to pull that off. So let's get started. I made an error or two in the last video, but I corrected them during the video. So if you didn't finish watching it and you thought, oh, you made a mistake, go back. I did fix the mistakes that during the video because I caught them as I went. Like I didn't pull an event card once or something like that. Anyway, it's all good. We're in a good place. So let's continue on and hope we can get some things going on here that'll be helpful. It's going to be rough because we're going to have two stigmas out, which are bad for our default grace, which means we have to get rid of those. I mean, we have to get rid of them. The problem is that the exorcist is going to have to flee his area or die and head back to the monastery, where his grace can only get to a 1 because his default grace is going to be down to 2 or down by 2 with the stigma up. I don't believe that the stigmas, because we are going to come up, I don't believe they stack. If they do, I mean, our game's over. Because it affects all locations, it just means we would have to destroy both of them. And we have a good way to do that with our enchanter with the Wand of Contagion. And the reason I think we're going to have another one come up is because I think the Mourners up there, one of the quests that we have is going to expire and spawn specifically a Stigma Blight up in the mountains. But let's get started. We got a lot to accomplish here. I think I'm going to start the turn the easy way, and that's with the knight who's already in the monastery, which means we don't have to draw a event card. We just got to get right to it. Let's do that. Okay, last time the knight was in the monastery, we had some really bad luck with the knight praying, and we got no grace back. Of course, now we can't get as much grace back, even though the knight has a 5 grace. So the knight can get at least 2 back or 3 back, which would be good. Well, it looks like we got 1 grace, so we're not on death's door anymore. And I can't go up I think I can't go up past 5 praying. I think, let me see, can I go up to, I might be able to go all the way up to my base there. I think I'm looking at the card here just to make sure. Gain 1 secrecy up to default. So, yeah, I can get up to default. So the knight's going to be up at a 6. The knight's really powerful. Got a lot of grace and a lot of secrecy when healthy. But that's the entire turn of our knight. That's one of the things. You get really punished by having some bad turns that make you go spend a lot of time in the monastery. Everybody else is out on the board, so I think we might as well go to the trouble spot because it could have a very big impact on our game. That's going to be the Exorcist here. So we're going to go with the Exorcist next. We're going to draw the Exorcist's event card. Hopefully it's not something that kills us. Black Banner. Okay. Well, this could kill us, in fact. As you can see, it says the emblem bores through your eyes and sinks into the pit of your stomach. It is the Black Banner, and it's based on the number of blights in our location, which are 2, which means we're dealing with a lich. We need a 5. And I have absolutely no way to mitigate this. It's really bad. Now, I would reduce a secrecy for the Exorcist because he's in the same space as the Necromancer, but his secrecy is already 0, so we can't. Anyway, let's see. I'm going to check his abilities, just make sure there's nothing we can do. Let me think. Actually, I'm hoping for a little bit of luck here because there is something we can do that can help this situation, and that's this. Let's see if we get it back. We did with a 5, so this is active. Going to immediately activate it. It's just a bonus, so we can just activate it. It says deactivate the start of your turn. It's right now. So we're just going to turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, or turn it on, turn it off, whatever. Anyway, it's going to give us an extra die. Okay, well, we're going to take on this Black Banner here. We're going to deal with a lich, right? So it's a 5 and a 5. Doesn't really matter if we elude or fight. We're just going to have 2 dice either way, so might as well fight him off. And get rid of that black banner and kill him. We got 2. Wow, man, every once in a while I get really lucky. I rolled 2 6s, so this is gone. I wish 2 6s gave us something. It doesn't. It just means we succeeded. So I think what he's going to do, he's not in a position to do anything favorable here, so he's fleeing the area to the monastery, where he's going to just basically not get any more out of that courage boon. It would be nice if we could roll 3 dice. I guess that says all dice rolls. So when we roll 2 dice in the monastery for grace, he could roll 3, but he can only go up 1 anyway, so it's not going to matter until that stigma's gone. But he did gain a secrecy. He is now at 1. Yay. Okay, that is going to be the end of his turn. He has fled the area to the monastery, leaving all of these quests to go south on us. It's going to be bad. It's really going to be a bad scene there right now, especially when this one goes, which is going to happen at the end of this turn. And we're going to have to exhaust all of our powers. The good news is these 2 who are in the monastery will get those unexhausted when they pray. So it'll be the rest of them that we'll have to do. Now they can. It means part of that means that we might have to spend. See that a hide, refresh powers, gain up to 1 secrecy. We might have to all hide and hunker down and hide, or rush off to the monastery and see if we can pray there 1 turn and get some grace back after this turn. That's the only real options we have now. We're going to go to the Enchanter next. Let's draw the Enchanter. The Enchanter's in the village. Pretty safe for right now. Can't elude very well, but not trying to. So we're going to deal with the ley lines, hopefully. Let's get some luck there, right? Maybe. Electrical Storm. Roll 3 dice and pick 1. Could be good for us. We'll see how this turns out. We're going to roll 3 dice and we're going to pick 1. A 6, a 1, and a 1. So I think we're going to be picking the 6, right? So we're going to gain a spark. She's good at gaining sparks on her own, but that worked out pretty well. What were the other options? Lose, lose, lose. So that's the only good option there. So we got a little luck. That's a couple dice rolls. We got some luck on it. So she gained a spark out of that. And then we're going to try, I think, and accomplish the ley lines. So we're in the village. The search difficulty is only a 3. That's great because this gives us +2 clues if a 6 is rolled while searching here. So we're going to search. Now, she also, before her abilities get exhausted, we also have an action that we can do here, which is, I'm looking for it, hold on. Exhaust, here it is, it's infusion. Exhaust after drawing a card for a successful search to claim the results, any result the card shows instead of the one of the on your location, which is really powerful. But do I have anything else that can enhance her dice rolls this turn? I don't believe so. I do not. So let's just roll a 5. So we succeeded in our search there. Let's draw a map card. We did not get the. We did on the once this task is complete, meaning we did not roll a 6, but we do get something in the village. We're going to get a chest. Is there anything better on here to get? I don't think so. I think that might as well be the thing that we get. Let's look at all the treasures that we can get. We can get a skull token, discard after the necromancer's movement to move him to any location. Well, that's pretty powerful, but powers are powerful, right? So we can get a treasure chest, discard at any time. We can also get a tome, I believe. What is this one? I'm trying to remember what the book is here. This book here. It is a tome of retaining. Discard at any time to put one of your power cards. Yeah, that one's. I would rather get the treasure chest and just get a new card. We can also get this one, which is inspiration. Every hero draws a power card. Every hero. We're doing that one. So her treasure out of here, she's going to exhaust her infusion. She's going to lose all her powers anyway. To do this, every hero gets to draw a power card. That is extremely powerful. So let's start with her, since this is the cool benefit of her turn. We did not activate the ley lines, though, so we're going to get to draw a power card. Essence of Stone, deactivate all essences, optionally activate. When any hero loses or spends grace, if their secrecy is higher, they must spend secrecy instead. It's not terrible. Could be good for us. I don't like a lot of her powers, her essences, because they have some kind of negative effect to them. They're very, very situational. Very situational. Anyway, we'll go to the Paragon next, because he's actually in good shape. Might be able to use this. Consecrate. Discard at any time. Every hero at your location gains a spark. One hero at your location draws a power card. If your power deck is not empty and you have any active auras, you must deactivate it and draw a power card. Well, that is fantastic, actually. I love that a lot. Okay, let's go on to the Knight and see what the Knight's power is. Damn, I'm knocking tokens all over the place. Okay, let's see. What do we get? Consecrated Blade, +1 die when fighting. All right. Well, that's just a +1 die. So that is a bonus, not a tactic. That means when we use our charge tactic and we're fighting with 2 dice, we're going to get a bonus die. Three dice from the knight. That is fantastic. Okay, and now the Exorcist. Let's see if we can get something good for the Exorcist that might be able to help the Exorcist along. The Exorcist has some cool abilities, very cool abilities. Radiant Boon. So this is our second boon that we're going to have available to us. They can all be active, by the way. At the start of your turn, yeah, we're going to make a roll. If I roll a 6, this one gets active. Deactivate anytime after destroying a blight to reduce the darkness track. This might be the secret sauce to our victory right there. That was a big, big win for our enchanter, and that is going to be the end of her turn. Okay, she's done. Now, we are up here with the Paragon, and I think the Paragon, well, let's draw the Paragon's event first. Host of Haunts. The hollow moans and shrieks come from all directions, wrapping you in a numbing dread. Okay, well, compared to Secrecy, well, that's pretty good, actually. It's a 4 plus. So, is that good? It looks, but we only lose the Secrecy. Okay, so it is much better. We're going to deal with Wisps. Now, let's see, I can fight with 2 dice, but I do not have an active Forted Aura right now, so I won't lose that. I just get to fight with 2 dice. Let's do that. We'll fight with 2 dice against the Wisps. We need to roll a 6, so it's likely we're going to lose a Secrecy here. And that's okay. Here's 2 dice. Let's just see what we get here. Let's get rid of this one off the table. A 3 and a 2, so we actually did not succeed there, and our Secrecy goes down to 3 up there. Okay, that was our event card. We dealt with some spirits that let the Necromancer know that somebody's up there messing around. So we can gain, now here's a good thing. We're doing this because this is going to get us to our first relic. Gain clues up to your current grace and discard this card. So whosoever is worthy, this is an action, so it's going to take our turn, but the whosoever is worthy is in fact our Paragon. He is worthy. He has a grace of 3 right now. That is fantastic. So we're going to get 3 clues. I think you can still see this. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. That means we can get, and we can, when we search, we can pick up a relic, or rather, somebody can. But we're just going to lose it right away again because of the Shattered Hope. But anyway, it got us there. So thank God. This isn't great because we're still going to have some really bad things happen at the end of this turn, which is going to be right now. Yep, boom, there we go. End of turn. All right, so first things first, let us advance the darkness track to 21. Now remember, we have this seal power. Every time we activate the Necromancer, if we roll a 1, 2, or 3, this becomes active, and heroes cannot refresh their powers. Oh my God! Do you realize that what's going to happen if this triggers this turn? It means that because I'm going to have all my powers deactivated from this foul water, and I won't be able to refresh them if that is active. Now the good thing is it's every turn, so it can only last a turn. And if we can destroy a blight on our turn, it might only last a turn. It could last several turns. But anyway, let's continue on with that. So we advance the darkness track now. Here's where things get dicey. We're going to do this part first. We're going to add our 3rd token here. So this is Kaput. All heroes exhaust. Well, let's do that one. Let's save that one for last, just in case. Okay. Fugue. Fugue, I think, is this one. We're going to. Oh, that one has 6, so we're still okay there. We're just going to put a marker on that one. We still got 3 turns to deal with the Fugue. I think it's this one. Yeah, the Masquerade is going to go away. Expired, we're going to put a Confusion Blight there. So we'll do that one. Bummer. Another Blight goes out there. This area is suddenly going to become Blight infected. All right. And then, of course, this one, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still have 1 turn on that, but we're not going to get it. But I'm going to put 1 turn on this one, and then last but not least, we have to deal with the Foul Water. The Foul Water is going to expire, and all heroes are going to deactivate their powers. So I'm just going to remember that all powers are not active right now. None of them. Really bad. Couldn't have been worse. Probably one of the worst scenarios we've had come up in the game. All right, well, then, of course, time to see where our friend the Necromancer goes. Now, the good part of that is that he is not as likely to see the people that are still out on the board. The Paragon's got a secrecy of 3, and the Enchanter has a secrecy of 6. So he rolls a 4. Well, he's going to go back to the village anyway. That's okay because we're just going to drop a blight there. I'm not too worked up about that. Let's see what blight we're dropping in the village. A stigma? Really? Well, you know what's good about that? There's only 2 in the game because it's a bad thing. So that means when the mourners expire, this isn't really going to do anything else. But there's already 2 stigmas now. Oh, that's fantastic, actually. That is in the space with the Enchanter. Now, she has all of her powers inactive right now, but she still has her wand. Maybe we can get lucky. She has a spark too. She can get 2 dice against that stigma and destroy both of them. Ah, a little bit of luck there, right? But anyway, that is going to mark the end of the turn of the Necromancer. We are good to go. All the badness has happened, but we're going to have to get our powers back. So, and we rolled a 4 on the movement for the Necromancer, so this wonderful little thing did not activate. Yay, we can actually refresh our powers this turn. I think everybody's going to have, except for the Enchanter, is going to have to do something about that. Man, yeah, that's rough. Okay, let's go. We'll do one more turn here, and we'll call it a day for this episode. Okay, let's go back to the. We'll start with the Exorcist. The Exorcist. We haven't. The fugue has not gone away, so we haven't lost a turn there yet. So the Exorcist is going to pray again, even though because he hasn't. He's at 0 grace, so we got to pray. We're going to roll 2 dice for each 3+. We gain 1 grace. That is fine. Let me think about this because, well, it's going to reactivate all his abilities, but we cannot roll for the boons right now. That sucks. Wow. Okay, let's continue on. So yeah, his 2 boons, his Radiant boon and his Courage boon, cannot be activated yet because they're currently exhausted. But they're not anymore because we're going to roll here and we got a 6 and a 4. Unfortunately, the stigmas are out, so he's only going to go up 1 grace. That's his current default is 1 because his normal default is 3. Bummer, right? But it's okay because now all his powers are active again. Now we can't roll for him until next turn, so they're both inactive, which is not great, but it is what it is. And that will move on to the Knight. Okay, the Knight is also in there. We're going to roll 2 dice for the Knight. The Knight can get quite a bit of grace still. Let's hope. And we're going to roll there. Let's see. A 1 and a 2. Really? Come on, for God's sake. Okay, well, that's not great. But oh, by the way, I forgot to put the Exorcist's secrecy up to 2. Anyway, the Knight does get to reactivate all her powers. She's still stuck at a 2 grace. This is really not great. All right, next up, and those 2 have gone. Remember, they don't have to draw cards because they're in the monastery. All right, let's move on. I'm sorry. I hope you guys can't hear that stupid. Sorry, I love dogs, but the neighbor's dog is just yapping away. I hope it's not bothering you. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, that's going to make me crazy, I think. We'll try and wrap up this video with that because I know it's disruptive. All right, let's go to the Paragon. The Paragon, I think, was, well, first off, no powers active right now, but we're going to have to draw a Respite, reshuffle the event deck, including this card. So, no event. We've had a few of those come up, Respite. So, basically nothing happens to the Paragon, so I'll shuffle these up and I'll see what he does. What is he going to do? Well, I think his best bet is to hide this turn. He can't really do anything else there. We could pick up a relic, but I want to refresh the powers just in case the Necromancer rolls that sealed power. So he can go up 1 more in secrecy to his default, and all his powers are now refreshed. So the only one that may not have her powers refreshed is going to be the Enchanter. But let's go back now to the Enchanter, and we're going to draw. Let me shuffle this up real quick, and we're going to draw another event card. Okay, I think I've given this a good shuffle. I'll give it another cut. What do we get? Sleeping Pollen. Refresh all your powers, then spend 1 secrecy. Wow, could that have been any luckier? Spend 1 secrecy or draw 2 more events. Well, we'll spend a secrecy. She's at a 5, so she's at a 4 right now. She'll go down 1 more to a 3 because the Necromancer's in her space. But a yawn escapes. You struggle to keep your eyes open as you seek a safe place to sleep. So we slept, but we refreshed all our powers. That was a great draw. Wow, so everybody's powers are back. Nice. That was not as impactful as it could have been. Which means she can actually do some, let me see, can she do anything interesting to gain some benefits against this? No, she's not like the fighter of the group for sure. I'm looking through her powers. So I think though she will use the spark. She's going to attack. She's going to attack the stigma. So she's going to go down to a 2 secrecy. Let's hope she can pull this off. All right, she is going to spend her spark. Gives her 2 dice. Come on, a 5 and a 5 and a 4. Perfect. We did it. We kablooied the stigma, but more importantly, she gets to use her wand of contagion. When you destroy a blight, other than with this card, which is we just destroyed this one with this card, and you may destroy another blight of the same type anywhere on the map. The bummer about that is there is going to be another stigma come up. Should she wait on this? That's too late now. I already did it. We'll get the stigma. We'll get the stigma. The stigma. We'll get these. These 2 are gone. That's okay. Wasn't the best use of that. I probably would have wanted to wait another turn and maybe try the ley lines again, but her secrecy is going to get tight if she keeps doing that. So anyway, she did destroy that. That is gone, and that's going to mark the end of her turn. So now we're back to the necromancer. All right, we're having really bad luck with the knight. She cannot seem to get grace back, and she's the one that can get the most grace back from being in the monastery right now with the stigmas away. But they're gone now. So do I want to? I might want to keep this the exorcist in the monastery one more turn. We'll see about that. Let's continue. So darkness track goes up to 22. We're heading toward our doom right here. Next up, we are going to take care of these. I think this still has another turn. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we got 2 more turns, and that we might actually be able to accomplish it. We only need one success there. And then the mourners, I think this is it for the mourners, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, gone. It's because this will go to 6. So many turns we had, so we're going to pop a Stigmata Blight there. Probably wasn't the best decision to pop those Stigmatas. I could have got all 3. Well, could I have? I think it just says destroy. You may destroy another blight of the same type on the map, anywhere on the map. So it's just another one. So this would have happened anyway, I think. Okay, so we still have the Stigmata there. The Exorcist is still reduced to just 1 grace. But you know what he can do? He can go blow up the Stigma and give the... so can the Paragon, though. But then the Paragon... Oh, I think I have a cool thing we can pull off next turn. Anyway, we're not done yet. We still have to move the Necromancer, I think. Well, the only one he can chase down is the Paragon, who has a 4... secrecy, and now the Enchanter has a 2 secrecy. Let's see what he rolls. He rolls a 2. Okay, so this is currently active right now. He rolls a 2. He did not see the Enchanter, so he's going to move somewhere, I think. Where, though? Hopefully no place where we have tons of blights down. All right, okay, so a 1 and 2 means that this is active. So I'm going to put this right here. I just don't want to forget that it's active. So heroes cannot refresh their powers this turn. That's fine. We don't need to. But the good news is this will, as this is active, when it's active, but it's going to deactivate if a blight is destroyed. So when we destroy a blight, then it goes away. I think it stays active until then. So it doesn't matter what he rolls until he rolls again. But man, that has a really nasty power. All right, but he rolled a 2, right? So where's he going, actually? Okay, well, that's not so terrible. He's going back to the ruins. I'll take that. Going back to the ruins, where he is going to put down a flux cage. We've seen that before. That is not too terrible for us. It has no impact until we go back there. He probably wants to stop us from going to that battle site, because the battle site has power. And the flux cage, really all it does is nail our secrecy while we're there. So that's that. And that is going to mark the end of the Necromancer's turn. We're not in as bad a shape from this as I thought we were going to be. I thought we were going to be in really, really bad shape. But all is well. So we'll keep going. Hopefully we can get rid of that Stigmata up there in the mountains with the Paragon. We'll see. We'll see. And see if we can get some things going on down in... oh, you know what? This is, I got to remember this. We got to get this is bad too up there. The Unholy Aura up in the mountains reduces our fighting by 1, so it's going to make it hard to fight against and destroy that blight. Because that is a fight event when you attack the blight. Okay, well, okay. let's end it here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I hope you are enjoying this Darkest Night playthrough. Next up, I believe, so one of the things, and my timing is really bad on this because when I came back from vacation, I had planned to put up Slaughterville 2 and Slaughterville and show them and do a quick run through that because it's currently active on Kickstarter. And Slaughterville is a great game. The director's cut, rather, is active on Kickstarter right now. So that is something you may want to check out. It's a game I really enjoy. Even though I have Slaughterville, I did go and back Slaughterville director's cut. Just hopefully it's different enough that I think it does look like it's different enough to give me some great new stuff with it. As well as Halloween games that comes out because it's pretty simple to get into and play, and it really evokes a great sense of like that Halloween horror type movie depending on which scenario you play. I think in my playthrough back in the day I did the Redneck Family, which was a lot of fun. Okay, anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, take care, I'll talk to you in the next episode. Bye-bye.